Hello, Chef Tobias Cooks here with the voice of San Joaquin and the voice of Stockton. Hello, welcome to Women in Business with Chef Tobias Cooks. Please support the voice of San Joaquin and Stockton by logging on. Click share and donate. Click share and donate. Support your local community radio station. Also, you can support me, Chef Tobias Cooks, at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also www.cheftobiascooks.com. I am so excited to be here. I have a very special guest. It took us like a year and 15 months.
It took us some time.
Yes, to get it together. But you know, that's what we do in Women in Business, right? We was just having a quick conversation about our kids. And then now we're here. We about to talk about business. All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sofia Colon, and I am here to talk about my business and talk about my blog, How She Does It, at howshedoesit.net. It's been a few years now I've been managing this blog, and in the last couple of years specifically getting more serious about it becoming a business.
Yes.
And I officially started a business this year officially. So I have my business under my name. I do my blog. I also am starting a second product, so to speak, where it's a professional development program for Latinas in the revenue cycle, which is the work that I do in medical coding.
Okay.
So two sides of me. One is the creative writing side, where I share a lot about what I've done and how I do it.
All
pretty
right.
much.
And congratulations.
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you.
Okay, so the name again. That is a
Yes.
really great name.
So How She Does It, howshedoesit.net is the
I
site.
love that name.
Yeah.
That is a really great name. Yes.
It sticks, and it really is it's really how the blog started.
Okay.
Because I would post on Facebook and Twitter in the last several years about things that I do. And people that I run into all the time, family or friend, they would always ask me, I don't know how you do it.
Yes.
I really don't know how you do it. And at first I thought that was a question. And so I would try to answer. And in answering, I found that the posts that I would make were going far, and the questions kept coming. And so I thought, if I put this in a blog, post this as an actual page where people can go back to reference or can share to other people,
Yes.
then that's just helping more people.
Yes.
So it is a lot of started out really about what I do. And in the last couple of years, I've incorporated more about what other women do. How do you do it? And just putting all the stories together.
So why a blog?
Right.
Yeah.
I love writing.
Yes.
I think it's something I've always loved to do since I've had a diary in elementary school. I've always, found a way to write a short story or my day or a poem or something. I've always found a way to write. And it came kind of natural just to put it in a blog.
And then, like, How She Does It, like, do you have topics, or how does that go about?
It's formed in the last couple of years to where I now have more of a structure.
Yes.
So before it was kind of just free writing about maybe something that I did with the kids, or something that I did in the community. It was more just what was on my mind. I just wrote and posted about it. Now it's more structured, where on Mondays it's a topic of something that is motivational or something that you might learn from. Wednesdays is always going to be a local spotlight in Stockton, person, place, event, something that has to do with Stockton.
Yes.
And then on Fridays is something that I started calling On Fridays We Fight, which is more of activism, advocacy, something having to do with whether it's something going on in the education system. We're going to be probably talking about the impeachment a little bit, in a way that's
just a little bit,
in a way that that can be relatable to women, to moms. So I also have a post that's caught a lot of traction, which is how 3 ways busy moms can become politically active.
Okay.
And so it's on Fridays, it's that centered around that, where I'm not expecting anyone to be an expert. I'm not an expert.
Yes.
But we can all learn some way to get involved in political action.
Yes. So 2 things. Number one, it sounds like you took all of your interests, the things that you're very interested in, and things that you are continuing learning and interested in learning, and put that all in your blog. And I love the way you structure it. That's just really great. And then the second thing, it sounds like that you just went for the blog, because a lot of people are fearful of a blog, because the thing is that people say, I'm not a good writer. I like to write, but I'm not a great writer. So how did you say, you know what? Here we go.
So that's a good point, because that actually can be a lot of things. I'm afraid to put a video up. I'm afraid to even post it. I mean, people can be afraid of a lot of things.
Yes.
And the first thing is, there's so many people doing it. And so in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Why not I? Yes. You know, this person is doing, they're successful. You know what? I have a story that I want to share. Yes. I'm just going to put it out there. And so that a lot of the beginnings were just kind of a free write. And I actually got some feedback from a cousin who helped me. Like, I think you should probably edit a little bit more. And so I just take it all as learning. Yes. Because you'll never know until you do it. Yes. Maybe you think you're not good, and all of a sudden you are, because everyone's reading your article. There's Grammarly. She actually turned me on to Grammarly. So if you want, so if you're afraid of if you're afraid of that kind of stuff,
I signed up for the entire thing. I was like, you know what? At this point,
and that makes it so easy. You just free write, put it in Grammarly, and now you don't have to worry about your spelling. So that takes care of one fear. The other fear is sometimes we don't really know our voice. Yes. And that for me has taken this time to really learn, but I would never have known if I didn't start. Yes. One of the women that I started following early on in blogging, she's called The Positive Mom, and positivemom.com. And one of her, actually I caught her on a live like this, where I just kind of listened along. And her thing was, you just, you find out your why through writing. Maybe you just really want to share a story and you don't know why. You just put it out there. Just start writing, and you'll start to craft that why and that voice, and then it'll become natural. Also, don't do it alone. There's a lot of different blogging groups, and we're trying to start one here in Stockton as well.
Great.
Yes, where we just start to feed on each other.
We need to start. Yes. A group, a blog group. Yes. Because bloggers need support. Yes. Because it can be a very lonely situation, or it could be isolated because you have all these thoughts, and you think you're the only person that have this thought, but you're really not. Right. Yeah.
Or you inspire other people. So so far I've gotten together with Angelica Flores, who started her blog called B Street. And I met her a while ago, and then saw that she was inspired to really get into her writing. So I messaged her right away. I said, we need to get together. We need to meet and talk about this. And so through talking with each other, she inspired me, I inspired her, and we've just been kind of building ourselves up. Yes. And so as we get more people that are interested in blogging, that can only help each other. Yes.
So bloggers, our new bloggers out there, what are some of the tips that you might have for them? The three top tips that you would give them.
Okay, three top tips. I would say, if you assuming that you already have a site, like if you're on WordPress, that's what I use, something like that. If you've already got something going, if not, start your site. Use the templates, to get yourself started.
Please use the templates.
Yeah, it's so helpful. There's so many templates out there that you don't have to start from scratch. So definitely use a template, get yourself started, and then on the side, start writing. Take a day and just start writing. What are some of the topics that come to your mind? Like you notice that the things I write about are things that I'm passionate about. Yes. So as you start to write as a beginner, you'll find, what are you passionate about? You don't have to write about everything, but maybe your thoughts start to flow when you start to look at your paper, like, oh, I have a lot of ideas on this topic. I'm going to start on this topic. And then don't be afraid of change. So get yourself started, find where your passion is leading you to, And then so first one is follow the templates. That's going to be very helpful. Second is to start to free write to get your ideas in a row, so to speak, or in a good category so you know where you're going. And then the third one is to just kind of see where it goes. Be free to put your work out there and then just kind of step back and see where it goes.
Yes. That's
That
really
makes sense.
good. No, it's good. I was going to say that how you and I met
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It was at my bakery.
I believe so.
Yeah. Was it at my bakery?
I believe so. I know that I've been following you on here for a very long time.
Okay.
And I know we see each other at events all the time too.
Probably.
And it's been a while.
But I know we met around food.
I'm sure it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yes. We I've known about you for a while. And like you say, you've known about me, but we actually got a chance to meet.
Okay.
It was around food.
Okay.
It was at the fundraiser or the open house at the Women's Task.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Women's Task Force. Yes.
And I was eating.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, see? Yeah.
Yes.
So what I really enjoy about your shows, because I know you do different ones. One's you're very first you're very lively, so that keeps me engaged.
I had to turn down the loudness.
No, I like that. And then I always learn something.
Yeah,
I
thank
always
you.
learn something. Yeah.
All right, so let's continue.
Okay.
So give them again the information on your blog.
So my blog is called How She Does It, and it's at howshedoesit.net, net. And you'll find posts going all the way back for a few years, and you can search by category or just scroll
All
through.
right. And then let's talk about the other half of your business.
Yes.
Yes.
So the other half is fairly new, but it's something I'm very passionate about. And the name of it is called Edge Mindset, EDGE, Edge
Yes.
Mindset. And that stands for, now I'm losing my, so it's Edge Mindset because I want you to use your experience
Okay.
to grow and develop your career efficiently. So Edge Mindset. In my professional career, I'm a medical coder, which is it's a profession that takes your doctor's chart and extracts or abstracts your
Yes.
diagnoses and the procedure codes.
Yes.
And I started this back in 2012.
Wow.
Okay. So when I started, I kind of was literally thrown into it. I was working as a member service rep in the Kaiser call center. When the call center closed, we were fortunate enough to be retrained. Some of us got this position to be
Okay.
in coding. I had no idea what I was getting into. I had no background in coding.
Yeah.
I just knew that I really wanted to keep my job. So thankfully the union was able to do this, and I transferred. Since then, I really just have learned more about this career, not just a job, but it's a career that has a lot of growth potential. So it's under the field of revenue cycle. So anytime you go to see your doctor or anything, there's money attached to that.
Yes.
And that money is attached to codes. So anything that has to do with coding, it's all to build revenue back into
Yes.
doctor's office, hospital, pharmacy, whatever that is. So you might have your entry-level coder, you have auditors, you have compliance. So it's not just, coder and manager, but you've got a lot of room to grow in the revenue cycle. And that's what I'm wanting to do. I want to
Yes.
continue to grow. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I need to find a mentor. I want to find someone who can guide me further. And when I started to look for a Latina mentor, I really couldn't find any.
Yes.
So that made me
because the thing is, code is not bilingual. You have to translate it to that. Is that correct?
Well, when you're looking at your doctor's chart, I mean everything's electronic
Yes.
now. He or she may say what the diagnosis is, but you still have to read that note, and you still have to say this person has diabetes.
Yes.
That code is.
That's the code. Okay.
What the code is
Yes.
this, or this person had stitches or a broken arm. Okay, to set that dislocated shoulder. So to
Yes.
speak, that has a specific code.
Wow.
I
okay.
have to, know how to research that and look that up.
So why did you think that you needed a mentor? Like, was it the business part of it?
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
I really want to learn the business.
Yes.
And so I know the coding, we're always learning about coding, but the business of, I've never been a manager before.
Yes.
How can I really do that effectively? What is really asked in this department, in this field of revenue cycle, I should probably know some accounting or some kind of business,
Yes.
in that respect. And I really don't. And as I'm going to school for those things, and this is advice that I give to everyone, you really should find a mentor. I kind of fell into this without any instruction. So
At work.
yeah,
Go ahead.
if I'd had a mentor, I would have, the transition would have been smoother. I probably would have known which certificates to get or not. So now my next step is I don't want to just blindly go into another level of work. I really want to have a mentor and a sponsorship as I go up the ladder.
Yes.
And I specifically really want a Latina because I want to learn best how to navigate, the professional space. Something about medical coding in this field I've noticed is it's predominantly a Caucasian field. And where I'm coming from, I want to be able to be in that space and be confident and comfortable.
Yes. I understand.
I know.
Trust me. I'm in an all male Caucasian space. So I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So having a mentor I felt would really be helpful. But like I said, I couldn't find any. And I thought maybe I'm just not looking hard enough.
Yes.
Or what's really going on. But
you have to be creative in the search.
You do. And so, but even still, I still couldn't find anyone that was in that upper level.
Yes.
So when I did some more research about a business, I wanted to find what is something that I am good at that I could really help. Maybe do trying to put these two things together.
Yes.
On one end, I found that in California, Latinas make up 1/3 of medical coding. So we're all doing the work here as technicians, but we are not managers and we are not in that upper level auditing or in compliance. What is it that we're missing? What is it that we need or to move up? And some of that is kind of just the professional development side.
Yes.
So I know that I was fortunate enough to come from my mother had her own business, and I learned a lot of just how to be a professional through her.
Yes, and how to stay consistent and repeat and follow up. Yes, I understand.
So I learned a lot of that from her, and I know that those skills have helped me in all the jobs that I've had.
Yes.
And I thought those are, and now with my experience and with learning through some different education that I've done, I know I can teach that. And so I put together a presentation. It's called Culturally Relevant, and it's how Latinas really can thrive in the revenue cycle because of how we are brought up, how we are raised, and the cultural environment that we come from. So in the revenue cycle and any kind of coding, you have to be both kind of an independent worker, but you also have to be able to work in a group.
Yes.
And so coming from a Latina household, you learn how to be a self-starter.
We call it code switching.
There you go. Yes. Also called code. Yes, exactly. Code switching. But it's so helpful. People don't really realize
that's what it's
power.
Really called. If you don't know what it is, look it up.
Yes, Google that. Look it up.
Yes. And it's a really great one. This young lady, she is a Puerto Rican.
Okay.
And she does this whole skit on code switches.
Okay. I'll have to look that up too.
Yes. She's a professional. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you the link. She's a professional. She's a manager. She was a supervisor. And then she moved into partnership at her startup.
Okay.
And so it was just like this whole sketch. And then she was, it was this one episode where it's on Facebook Watch.
Okay,
she had to bring food. She had to provide the food. So she brought in a food truck, a Puerto Rican food truck.
Okay. That doesn't sound bad though. That actually sounds good.
Worked out great. Yeah, but that's what it's called. It's called code
switching. Yes. So that's part of of what I want to inspire and motivate to just move up, because we already have all these skills. We just need to learn how to use them and do that.
And with what's going on right now, it's global. And women in business is global. We're moving into so many different parts of it. Well, we've taken over.
We have
even politics.
Yes.
We've taken over that as well. So it's very important. And we have our own culture as women. Like, we have our own way of things that we groove and do things and things of that nature. So that is very important, that we also, that edge of it, that mindset of it, and then learning how to take it to the next level and not being afraid of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's natural. It's we can use these talents, these skills to move up, and it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have to apologize or downplay.
Yes, because we're on the cusp. We're on the cuts of a new generation, you and I, because we still have the grandma. Or my grandmother's passed away, but we still have the aunties and the grandmas, and they have the old way of doing things or how they believe. And then we're looking at the young women that are totally fearless.
Yes, that's a really good point, because that's my daughters.
I was telling you about my daughters, and I was telling you about that I allowed them to have such a free way of thinking. I keep the fence around them,
right.
But I still allowed them of having a freedom, and they've taught me so much, because the younger women are fearless.
Right.
They are just amazing, and they don't. They're not, you can't, it's like with us, it was like, oh, you got to get married.
Or you got to get permission. Or did you ask so-and-so? And then what's the hierarchy of this? What's the chain of command? And did you go? And then now, like,
the young
ones are like, no, see this ladder? Let's just jump up to here.
Yeah.
We don't have, and it, for me, I think, okay, that is really smart. What is it? What does that do, though?
Yeah.
In the meantime, do we even need to be worried? See, I think about those things.
Exactly, but they don't think like that.
But they don't think,
because we're thinking about, the second
the order has been
better, and no, they're not thinking. They're like, well, I'll see when you get here.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, they're leaping up.
Yeah, so that puts pressure on us, to not just speed it up, but our analytical thinking is. We almost don't have time for that to catch up.
It's a good point.
That's
how it feels. Yeah.
And so that's why you're blogging about this. That what you're actually doing is helping women of our age process. Now we're processing the information that we're getting. Now we're trying to make sense of it. Whereas the younger women, they're like,
they already did it.
It's not even a thought or a fear at all. It's like,
there's one post in particular that I went through. It was an earlier post that I did, and I recently revised it and really made it whole.
Yes.
And it was called "Your Mom Goes to College." And it's kind of a story of a question that I got a lot of, how did you even do that?
Yes.
How are you even doing it? And I went back and revised it, and one of the important things, and just like you're saying, right now for us, we're analyzing all these things. It took time to put the ducks in a row and to do all this stuff to get that going. Whereas, younger generation is just like, okay, I enroll and I'm going to do these classes, boom, boom. But for us, it really is a story of women in our age group. And I'll just say between 35 and 45, just to put the age group out there. We take time to think about it. And this particular blog lays it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What you can do and how I did and what you can do.
Yes.
Yeah. And so your mom goes to college.
Yeah, that's a really great one. The also thing that I wanted to add, if you didn't mind, is that we're thinking about what grandma, auntie, is saying as well behind us. And that's when you was talking about like the Latina community and how the culture is in different ways. My husband's name is Juan. Okay.
Okay.
Trust me. I understand. You know, we got married. It was like, can you cook? I'm like,
Yes.
I think
Funny
I can
story
cook.
about that.
I think I could cook.
No, I think you might.
I think I could cook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that was their big concern.
Mhm.
Can't my husband said, can you cook?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I can cook.
I think so. I think you can check
But
that
more
one off.
important, he can cook.
Okay, right. Yes. Yes. See, that's and you know what? That's what our younger generation is
Yes.
already like, yeah, you know, we're going to do this together.
Yes.
But we are thinking, and I know that's same with me, where I
Yes.
kind of going back to even just the career and
Yes.
and school is what are my responsibilities at home?
Yes.
How am I going to manage that? Because I know, like, from
Yes.
culture, right? I know I should be responsible, and
Yes.
that should be priority.
Yes.
And it took a long time for my husband actually to come around.
Yeah.
Like, we've been together. I know. We've been together since
Women
high
in
school.
business, in case you didn't know
Yes.
what this show was.
And we're about to spill the
Yeah.
beans on all.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's
Look,
the,
I've been
yeah.
with my husband for 24 years.
Okay.
And I was an at-home mom.
Okay. So you know.
And I was his personal chef.
Okay.
And I said this in my last show. I went from his personal chef to making sure he get a plate after my events.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's where I would like to say
I'm bringing you home a plate. So he had to share
it
a
was
chef.
still you cooking.
Yeah, but it wasn't me there. You know?
Right.
So trust me.
And they just have to get used to. And I don't want to say make it sound so
Yeah.
terrible, but it's recognizing that we have our own talents, whatever
Yes.
it might be. And even though we're wives and mothers
Yes.
and all that, but we also have our own
Yes.
that we can be proud to do outside of the home,
Yes.
or in addition to whatever it is that we're doing in the home.
Yes.
Just, you know, like we should be happy to do it and proud, and we should have a family that supports us in doing those extra things.
Absolutely, yes. And my daughter's 26. She's single. She's like, I'm good.
Okay.
She's like, I'm good. Like, I'm gonna work and travel and live my life,
Nice.
and so it's just refreshing. It's just a completely different way. It's just it's completely different. It's very refreshing, but at the same time, I still try to make sure that they instill family. Like, although you're still out there, just remember that family or even good friends will take you a long way as well, because most of my friends are my family.
Okay.
So, all right. So I'm loving the blog. Give them your information. We forgot we was on the radio. So give your information one more time.
So my name is Sofia Cologne, and I'm the blogger behind How She Does It, howshedoesit.net, N-E-T, howshedoesit.net.
All right. And then any upcoming events that you might have?
Well, I'm really excited. Like I said, this past couple of years, I've gotten more serious about the blog. This past year especially, I've gotten definitely more serious about the blog, and as far as scheduling and even putting myself out there to do speaking arrangements and engagements. So I'm really excited. Upcoming in March, my pitch was accepted to present at Alt Summit. Yay! So what this is, Altitude Summit, it's like a major blogging conference.
Wow.
And little old me thinking, I don't know, but I just wanted to go for it. It's one of those things, right? To get over the fear of, am I even good enough to present here with all these awesome women? But I just decided, what am I passionate about? I'm going to put that out there. That's going to be my pitch. And so that's what I'm doing. And it was accepted as a round table. So on 2 particular days for about 90 minutes, I'll have 3 sessions, so like 30-minute sessions.
Wow.
People will come to my table learning how to use their platform for political good.
And what is this? Where's this
It's
again?
called Alt Summit. And it's going to be in Palm Springs.
Okay.
It's the first week of March.
Okay.
So it's a week long of learning about blogging, it's like everything having to do with creating. So whether you have a blog, vlog, whatever it is, you're a creative, you make whatever. There's just all kinds of sessions from put on by people from all over the industry.
Great. And if you're interested in that, go ahead and go to her blog and get that information.
Yes.
All right. And congratulations on that. And then with the other one, what do you have coming up with the Edge?
So with the Edge Mindset, what I'm planning to do next, coming probably won't be until April or May, will be like a mid-year touch base and putting back on the culturally relevant workshop again.
Okay.
I haven't set a date yet or a location, but that'll be looking for that too. And you can follow on my Facebook page, Edge Mindset on Facebook.
Okay. And
I'll
when you
post
get that date and everything, can you come back on the show and we
Yes.
could talk more about that? All right. Okay. So we have to go.
Already?
We can keep
Oh my
talking.
goodness. No, that went by so fast.
But
Thank you.
I really appreciate you taking out your
Thank
time
you.
coming on. Talking about blogging, women in business is very important that we do get out and blog. If you have any fears of blogging or if you're not really for sure, please contact Miss Sofia.
Yes.
One more time. Give me your information one more time where they could contact you.
My name is Sofia Colon. You can find me on Facebook as Sofia Colon, or you can go to my website, which is howshedoesit.net. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter as howshedoesit_CA. If you type in howshedoesit.net, you'll find me.
All
sure.
right. And this is a Stocktonian here.
Hey.
So come on, let's support women in business. All right, the
Thank you.
voice of San Joaquin and Stockton. I'm Chef Tobias Cooks with the Women in Business. Please support your local community radio stations and also support me at www.Chef Tobias Cooks Women in Business. See you next week.